to get down by 30 and then that kind of hole so quickly?
Same thing that always happens. Not taking anything away from the opposing teams, not guarding, turning the ball over, fouling. They're definitely not making shots on the other end. Hurts us. Same story, different day, I guess.
You've pretty much been optimistic that there will be blips along the way, but that you still know how good you are and what you are. Does that change in the midst of a 6-game losing streak?
No, not at all. That's how the game goes. That's how the season goes. We understand that. We're going to be fine. Just got to play a little bit harder, a lot of bit harder, I should say, and a lot of bit smarter. But, win streak just starts with a single game. Somebody said that before sometime.
And then since we didn't have a chance to talk to you yesterday, a couple of players you're bringing in that could change a lot of things. Can you give us your thoughts on Vic and then also your former teammate with the Timberwolves coming in to join?
I think both of those guys help us in a numerous amount of ways. Obviously, putting the ball into the basket, spacing the floor, being able to get their own shot. And we'll be able to do a lot of switching with both of those guys. Can't wait for them to get here, to introduce them to the squad, the culture, and get this thing back on track because we got a lot more basketball to play.
What was your initial thought just when you saw that you were able to turn what you did into a guy like Victor Oladipo to have a running partner like that?
He's a hell of a player in this league. We know that. But I respect those guys that went out a lot as well. Been in the trenches with those guys, KO, AB, Chris, like those guys, Mo. I'm going to definitely miss those guys. I'm definitely staying in touch with those guys because I got a lot of respect because they was in the trenches with me. Went through this thing together, and now we're bringing in 2 other guys. And it's going to be the same way.
You had a good relationship with Kelly on the inside, his sort of stretch 4. Nemanja's that same kind of player. Did you have that in Minnesota with him? And do you think, even Pat Riley told us yesterday, he thought that he could possibly be a Kelly Olynyk facsimile?
Yeah, I don't like the comparisons between individuals. I like Belly. I do. I get to work on my Serbian, speaking with him. And I did play with him in many, obviously, in these spaces before. He can create his own shots. He does a lot of things well. He definitely does. I think, that JB KO connection, it's a thing of the past. But, I tell Kelly all the time, I still do yesterday, how much I respect him and how much I appreciate him going about it.
You went through this last year. You brought in 2 very important guys at the deadline in Andre and Jay, but you had a huge advantage of several months for them to learn the playbook, get settled in, and restart in the summer. Do you think you'll quickly be able to sort of incorporate those 2 guys and hit the ground running when there basically are no breaks in the schedule?
Yeah, we will. Basketball is basketball. Everybody runs the same sets, plays. It's all about spacing, pace, space, whatever you want to call it. They'll get in there. They'll fit right away. We move the ball, we guard, we get out in transition. That's basketball for me.
Thank you, Jimmy.